Okay, hi guys, how's everybody doing? Well, yeah, I saw it, finally got to see it, like I said, I let it cool down, and the best thing about when I saw it, Avengers, Age of Ultron, here to give my thoughts on this movie, is the fact that practically me and my brother, we nearly had the theater all to ourselves. There was only like a few other people in the theater with us, and that's kind of how I like it sometimes, especially with movies like this. So, but let's get right to the point. Did I like the movie? Yes. Do I feel it was better than the first one? Yes, I do. I actually do. I loved the dynamics of more of character driven, you know, especially characters that needed it, which was very, really good in my opinion. Uh, for me to say, guys, that I did not um, geek out on certain moments, I'll be lying to you. I'll be seriously lying to you because I did. Uh, Hints, Easter eggs, you name it. I was freaking out and hinting and just like, oh my god, yeah. Uh, I did like the beginning of of the uh, the movie. You know, it kind of kicked off. If you are following Agents of Shield, then that scene right there kind of picked up right where Agents of Shield left us off, and it picked up right there in terms of them still looking for Loki's scepter, the scepter that Loki had, and Baron von Strucker. Now, uh, you know, it's good to see characters like that, especially people from Hydra. Baron von Strucker is a very key player in Hydra, but this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys. Things are going to change, and I understand that. And it's starting to become very understanding more and more with these movies is that not everything is going to be the same. And with Baron von Strucker, it was interesting, and the actor, I've seen the actor around. He's a very decent actor. I really wish he was a bigger player, but I can understand. It wasn't called the Rise or the Age of Baron von Strucker. It was called the Age of Ultron. Now, like I said, in terms of the character-driven dynamics, it's very interesting. Hawkeye we got exactly what we were wanting from Hawkeye. More spotlight on him, more of a character-driven, for us to really care for him in a sense. Like, why should we care about Hawkeye? Now, for me personally, Hawkeye is one of my favorite Avengers. He always has, he always will be, and I've always loved Clint. But for a moviegoer, you got to look at it from an average moviegoer's point of view, and also look at it and say, okay, why should I care about this character? And in this one, we did. We got more for Natasha, especially her past. I geeked out when I heard the Red Room. When she started mentioning the Red Room, I was like, right away. It was fantastic to hear that stuff. Very much. So, like I said, everybody pretty much played their parts very well. Mr. Evans still delivered with Cap. That man is Captain America. That is the best way I can describe it. He is, even though supposedly after Avengers Infinity War he will have fulfilled his contract, he says he is open to continue with Cap. If he wants to, Mr. Evans, by all means, go ahead. RDJ, still Tony. Scarlet, Miss Johansson, still Widow. Mr. Ruffalo did a pretty good job as Hulk and Bruce Banner. And, of course, Mr. Hemsworth as Thor was pretty cool, too. But now in terms of the new cast, let's talk a little bit about the twins. Uh, I liked I liked what Ms. Oslin and Mr. Johnson delivered. Because I know somebody's probably going to say it in the comments. So, Chris, who's the better Quicksilver, Days of Future Past or Agent of Ultron? Look, I'm not gonna sit here and debate that, but I'll give a little bit more to Aaron Johnson's Quicksilver because he did more in this than he did. He had more screen time and you kind of give a little bit more understanding of him. But and with Miss Olsen as Scarlet Witch, I thought she was good. The looks she gave in the movie, especially as Wanda, like there were some looks she would give, and I'm just like, man. I didn't mind the differences in her power set. It's more, instead she can like control you and things like that. Instead of being what her power set is supposed to be, more working on probability and things like that. So I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all. It was I even in was very much interested in the dynamics of the fact of if it wasn't, I didn't mind in the backstory of why they kind of hate Stark and things like that. Makes sense. So I didn't mind the twins at all in terms of that. What else should I mention before I get to like some of the geek out moments that I had? Let's talk about the villain, Ultron. Spader voicing Ultron. Didn't mind it at all. I didn't mind this take of Ultron. The moment I started to really look at it, the more I started to realize that the Ultron, I knew right after a while, before going into the movie, I started to think, this Ultron is going to have more of a personality to him. More of a sense of, he may be a man of steel or vibranium, however you want to classify it, but he also has a personality. As we watch different variations of Ultron from cartoons to even the comic, he has this very monotone reaction. He's very monotone and no kind of emotion. He's cold as ice, literally. And I didn't mind that he had like a little bit of a personality. And you gotta also remember in this who created him. So helped create him, so it's more of he's kind of mimicking his father. And but still he had this banter about him that he's a little witty but also very dangerous at the same time. So I had a little bit of a Heath Ledger Joker vibe to him in a sense. That's just me personally. But I didn't mind him. I thought he was good. Now was he the best? Is he top? Supposedly Loki in terms of, because now it's almost like who can top Loki as the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain? And did he? I would say maybe he came close. I'd say he's up there now, but I didn't mind the way they portrayed it. And what also I loved about this movie is the true dynamics of the inner strength and playing up what's it truly mean to be an Avenger. That was one thing I also enjoyed. Like a lot of things that were questioned in this, like a lot of the destruction. We saw a lot of damage and everybody starts talking about it. It's like these are things that needs to be addressed. It's like, we had a 8-foot tall, 9-foot tall green giant and a robotic figure fighting in Johannesburg and destruction everywhere, but nobody's talking about it. We got to see that. Also, the fact that I like that fight between mind control Hulk and Hulkbuster Tony. I mean, it was good. You know, you got to see more of Tony trying to be the hero in terms of like protecting as well as trying to fight off the Hulk. I thought that was pretty fun. I thought it was. I laughed. I did not laugh as much in this movie, but just was more intrigued. And you know, I mean, I did smirk when he punched Hulk, and he punched him, and he punched him, and he punched him, and I think he actually Hulk looked down and he spit out a tooth, and he's just like, "Sorry." And Tony, I thought that was pretty funny, but I didn't mind that at all. Cap played the leader great. I was loving it. And some of the things that I geeked out the most is the camaraderie, the teamwork between the team, especially between Thor and Cap. Oh my God. I loved every minute of any kind of tag move they did together, and it benefited both of them. It made them look very much, they're precise, they're on par with each other, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and it was great. I loved it. I thought that was beautifully done. So I really enjoyed that very much. Let's talk about another character, literally, that geeked out. Ulysses S. Claw. Oh my God. Oh! Oh, yes, yes. Here's my leg. Yes, the moment he came on screen and I saw him, even then I looked at him and I was just like, "Ooh, he looks just like Claw." I didn't mind that he had more of an African accent. You know, he sounded more South African, you know, instead of just Dutch, which Ulysses Claw is. I think he's just Dutch or something. I can't remember his nationality, but I know he's Dutch or one of them. But it was pretty well done. And literally that mark, we all know where he got that from. Brilliant. It was just like, and it meant thief. And where he'd been stealing vibranium. And we got a little tease at that. So, good.
Black Panther hints. That was great. And then what happened to him even made me geek out even more. I love that scene where he, yes, guys, if you've seen it, I'm still going to not spoil everything, but yes, he got his hand, he got literally half of his arm lodged off. He's not supposed to have his whole arm lodged off, but he got half of it lodged off. So look forward to seeing him in the Panther movie or somewhere else with a metallic arm or something, or some kind of prosthetic arm, because that's Ulysses Claw right there. That was great. I loved it. So a little tease at Panther. Good stuff. Hawkeye married with kids. That really went whoa. And bam, just like that, I instantly knew where they were taking the reference of Hawkeye from. They truly went Ultimate Hawkeye with this movie. Because remember, in the Ultimate Universe, Hawkeye was married, had kids, and everything like that before they were killed. And he kind of got a little bit more aggressive, and But yes, so I was like, okay, it's the geek in me really wanted to see Bobby step out and say, hey, but I can't see it. But that really made, I would say, a lot of audience members really care for Hawkeye even more. But just the fact that he had parts in here that just made you like, all right, that's Clint. Like it made me feel that way because of knowing that how much I know Clint so much. Is just like, yeah, he pulled it off. I love the scene with him and Scarlet Witch. That was funny. The first scene where she was trying to control him, and I thought that was funny, and I love kind of the speech that he gave her, and to the point where she came out just big guns ablazing. I thought that was great. In terms of the accents, because I probably get somebody asking that, like, what did you think of the twins' accent? They have this like Eastern European accent. Didn't mind it at all. There were times that where
Wanda did sound a little bit like Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. I'm not even gonna lie about that. There were times she did, but other than that, I thought she was great, and I love that, like the looks that she gave people. Like she played a lot with her facial expressions, what I really enjoyed. They kept the real closeness between the twins, not that creepy closeness that was in the Ultimate Universe, but very close family, twin brother and sister. I thought that was really good. It was good to see Haley Atwell, in the scene. And what about the other synthezoid? The Vision. Yes, the Vision. I thought he was great. I thought it was good to see him make his on-screen debut. However, being that what he has in the center of his forehead now gives me bad feelings, because, and I'm gonna say it right now, as much as it was great to see him use the beam and phase through things, it was really good, and kind of see him kind of mimic off of Thor, because once he saw Thor and he saw Thor have a cape, I'll put a cape on, and the fact that he could pick up the hammer, I thought was funny too, but technically, it was pretty funny. I thought they played that out. The other jokes that Cap don't like, cursing, language, I thought that was funny. But definitely, why I say the fact of Vision is because of the fact that with a certain Mad Titan coming, he's going to be probably on the #1 hit list. If he doesn't die, then he's going to lose that gem. And it's going to be sad to see Vision go, but I think he's on that list for Thanos, and we might see him lose. We might see the death of Vision in the part 1 or part 2 of Avengers Infinity War. We don't know. I'm just saying. That's the only problem I have with this. I didn't mind this Hulk and Beauty and the Beast vibe that Natasha and Hulk had. I thought it was good, but still, a part of me is just like, I know Hulk, you want to, but you can't. But then it's like, what about Betty? It's like, we just forget about Betty right now. People are just like, Betty's no longer there. It's just like, you had Tony and Thor mentioning Jane and Pepper. So how come Bruce has never brought back up Betty Ross? So it was interesting. I did enjoy that. I liked the kind of the dynamic between the Vision and Ultron, especially when he said "my vision." Oh my God, I geeked out on that. That was by far another one of my geek out moments, because it's just like that came straight out of the comics where Vision, Ultron says "my vision" and stuff like that. It was great. I love the scene where they all come together and they're fighting the army of robots. The only thing that really saddens me about this is the fact that we still have not. I want to see Hulk really communicating with the other Avengers. There was a part of me when Black Widow would come and say, "Hey, big guy," I was hoping to hear Hulk say, "What you want, redhead?" Or something like that. Redhead, what you want from Hulk? I don't care if he's speaking broken English or if he's speaking just regular. I still want Hulk to talk. I'm tired of him kind of feeling like he's just this, not a mindless brute, but he's just a big hulking man that just grunts and stuff like that. I want communication between him. But like a lot of seeds that were planted in terms of the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was really good. But this is probably one of the Avengers' biggest challenge in terms of the fact of not just for themselves, but just for the people, the world, to see that they are heroes. And that was something that I very much enjoyed. Like I said, that definition of what is an Avenger. Like the fact of the character dynamic. What makes all these characters ticks. What makes them not tick? How do they feel about each other? Can they come back together as a team? Even though some of them are out of the dark. You know, Cap played up that a lot in this movie, and I thought that was really interesting. You know, but very much enjoyed it. Now, in terms of the death, that shocked me. Everybody was telling me there's a death in here. There was a death. Everybody was telling me, every friend, whether personally in my personal life or just my YouTube, my internet buddies, or, you know, they were telling me there's a death in here, Chris. And yeah, there was a death. And I was shocked at that. That shocked me. I did not see that coming. I was shocked that Whedon and Marvel went that way. It was just like, whoa, like, really? And instantly, bam, I knew that would hurt Wanda, because, as you know, what's that saying? You know, twins can feel each other's pain, and, you know, can tell, you know, they're like almost like psychically linked in a sense, so to speak, and bam, instantly. And I loved when she met up with Ultron again. I thought that was a beautiful scene, you know, just, you know, she was like, yeah, I did die, you know, would you like to know what it feels like? And I was like, ooh, you know, and she just ripped it, like, boom, yeah, it felt like that. I thought that was like, ooh, almost like Mortal Kombat, like, she just instantly kicked in, you know. Wanda was like, ooh, but I did enjoy that. The introduction, you know, the injection of, like, Nick Fury was needed. It was fine. I don't necessarily think it was needed, but it was fine, you know, of his meaning of kind of being that bridge, that glue to bring the team back together. All the stuff that went down with the Mind Gem in terms of the Infinity Stone was great. I thought those were good. And what else can I? And, you know, it was great, guys. I don't know what more to say. I very much enjoyed this movie. Everything, you know, the dialogue, the drama, the spotlights on characters were great. The character dynamics, like I said, everything really flowed with the movie. And now I want to watch the director's cut with the missing scenes, like the scenes that were cut out of it. I really want to see how those are going to go. But looking forward to the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm looking forward to everything, guys. I really am. And we had, I believe, or Ant-Man is the last of Phase 2, and then we're off to Phase 3. You know, it's off to Phase 3. But it was really good to see. And somebody asked me on Twitter, a friend of mine, Serena Sampson, Princess of Geeks, she asked me, you know, so what do you think happened to Hulk? Like, what does this mean for the Hulk? I have no idea. I want to say maybe, I wish Universal didn't still own, you know, the movie rights or so, you know, because that's the reason why we haven't gotten another Hulk movie or stuff like that. But we're definitely going to see him again. It's just that I guess Hulk needs to be alone right now. In terms of the new Avengers facility, I thought that was I love it. Literally, new Avengers facility, upstate New York. I thought that was cool. And now they got a whole, like, tech crew and everything. It feels more legit in terms of just them being together. And the new squad, as always, you know, the Avengers are one of those teams that has always had a rotating roster. There have been pretty much some mainstays, and some have always changed. Thor, Cap, and Iron Man have always been those mainstay. But this time, Marvel Cinematic Universe version of this new team, it's very diverse. And yeah, I will suppose we get Rhodey, we get Falcon, we get to see his new wings. I was a I was really hoping we weren't gonna see that, like his new. But if we were, maybe like a little bit more of a glimpse of his, like his classic look, it would have been cool to me. Rhodey, Falcon, Vision, Wanda, and Cap and Widow. Cap and Widow being the veterans while the others are new. I love the line where, Steve said they're not the 1927 Yankees. That, if anybody knows their baseball, 1927 Yankees was a badass lineup, and in this, they do have some heavy hitters, but I think they're going to need a lot more in terms of what's coming. And hopefully by that time we will see the other heavy hitter, and I'm hoping we see Miss Carol D, with them. But and then the roadblock, or I should say, Whedon teasing us. Steve says, "All right, Avengers up," and it's just like, it's just like, those are two words we as fans have been waiting for, right? And we don't get it yet. We still don't get it. Hopefully in the last one, the third, hopefully we're going to get him to say it. But I very much enjoyed it. Honestly, graciously, the Omni Geek High Lord of New York very much enjoyed this. Had a lot. It's just fun. It really is. No real complaints. Like I said, the only complaints in terms of not the movie wise, but just in general, is Hulk not talking. I really want to see Hulk talk now. It's about that time that we get to see the intelligent Hulk and not just it's Code Green. And then, of course, the ending, the mid-credit ending. Open a gate, pull out a certain gauntlet, and says those few words. You want something done, do it yourself. Oh, man. Yeah. The Mad Titan himself is on his way. And he means business. And he wants his property, and we all know this dude gets a hard-on for death. So, one thing Kevin Feige has always said is that their movies will never be dark for just the sense of being dark. I have a feeling that Avengers Infinity War will be dark for a real reason. Will be a good mesh of being dark. This is Thanos we're talking about. He's not meant to be funny. You don't joke. It's just like, it's kill or be killed. I'll break your damn neck. I'm a humanoid typhoon that's gonna walk through you, and if you stand in my way, you're gonna get your ass ran over. And let's just say we're gonna probably see some serious beatdowns and hurts coming in this, because he's coming, baby, and it may not be too good for Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where they might need some help. The biggest thing I also hope for, especially in terms of the future, is that the next Avengers is the birth of Sword. Another alien being comes, and brings its, we need Sword. This would be really good to see Abigail Brand and all of them, Sword, be that monarchy unit for, as what Sword does. They deal with the outer, the orbital stuff. But I am looking forward to what's coming next. And, the tease of what's coming for Thor, Ragnarok, and hopefully Surtur. He's gotta be Surtur. Hoping we get to, hope it's Surtur, and, the tidbits of Panther, and, You just, as a fan, you just are looking forward to just everything. Uh, and as a fan, you appreciate what the studio gives you. So in terms of comic book, movie, yeah. Scott Lang is next, and we get to see the world's smallest hero take center stage, and we're also this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first legacy character, because there has been a previous Ant-Man before Scott, so this is going to be a legacy character. But nonetheless, guys, I very much enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to see what comes next. I can't wait to Panther. I can't wait to see what they do with Carol, especially because Kevin Feige once again has said she will be the most powerful character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So literally, he's saying she's going to be stronger than Hulk and Thor. Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm going to love that. I love me some Carol, so yeah. And looking forward to seeing what they do with Doctor Strange and introducing the supernatural element to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that can birth other supernatural characters, yes. And we see the real royal family of the Inhumans. Looking forward to it, guys. But I don't even have to ask you guys what did you think of the movie. You just give me your input. But I did enjoy it. You guys take care. And I will see you guys for another movie review sometime. Probably be sometime. Yeah. Bye, guys.